How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to PlastiDip your MacBook Pro. This is going to look really cool, and the great thing about PlastiDip is that if you don't like the way it looks, you can just peel it off when you're done. So it gives you some customization on your Mac with no risk. So the things you're going to need, obviously, you're going to need some PlastiDip. I have Orange Blaze Performance PlastiDip, and I have Blue Blaze Performance PlastiDip. I got these at Ace Hardware, probably about $8 a can. I know you can find them cheaper on other websites. Amazon has it for cheaper, but I just went to the store and bought some. Next thing, obviously, you're gonna need your Mac or any computer that you wanna, PlastiDip. Some other things you're gonna need. I'm using printer paper, but you can use newspaper or whatever you want. And this is for putting inside the Mac, so you're not spraying over on the ports on the side or anything like that. You're not getting paint in the disk drive or in the ports, because I want paint only here, and that's what the paper's for. Also, so you have paper, and then you have, I'm gonna use blue painter's tape as well, just to cover up some of the excess on the sides and keep the paper together. Also, another really important thing, get some glass cleaner and some paper towels or some multi-purpose cleaner, whatever, just to clean the top of the Mac off. You don't want any dirt or grime or dust or anything on the top of here, because it will show through the paint, and you want this to look as good as possible. So that's what we're gonna do first. The first thing we're gonna do is grab some paper towels. Get you some paper towels or whatever you want to use to clean a microfiber cloth. It'll probably work better than this, but this is what I have right now. Get you a little bit of glass cleaner on the paper towel. There you go. Just give it a good, nice cleaning. All right, dry it off. So there's nothing on the top of your Mac. You can see I have some scratches and stuff up there, but that's gonna be covered up by the paint. So just make sure you have all the grime and gunk off the top. All right, so go ahead and close up your cleaner. Oops. All right, the next thing you're gonna wanna do is open up your computer. And what you're gonna wanna do is take your paper and just start laying it in there. So we can get a better angle of this. Let me move my tripod back. So go ahead and lay your paper in there. Make sure it covers the entire bottom of the computer. All right, and then shut it. And as you can see, let me go and pull this off real quick. As you can see, it's covered up the bottom, but the back is not covered. So I'm gonna use that painter's tape here and some more paper and get that all covered up, and I'll be right back. All right, so as you can see, I have all the sides taped off. On the back here, you can see that I have the tape kind of stuck up underneath the lid here, and then all the way around to the sides where the paper starts, just so there's no overspray into the ports or anything under there. And the great thing about PlastiDip is that before it dries, we can go around with our finger and scratch off all the other stuff that we don't want. So I'm gonna go ahead and go up to the garage and we can get painting. All right, so I'm out in my garage now. I got some newspaper laid out just so it stays off my garage floor. So what you're gonna do before you start spraying, make sure you give the PlastiDip a good shake so it's all mixed up and it sprays smoothly. Give it a few test sprays. All right, so let's go. So what you want to do is make sure you do short, quick strokes, light strokes. So there's the first coat. I'm gonna let that dry, and I'm gonna come back in about 10 minutes after that's dry and do another coat. All right, so I let the first coat dry, and then I came out and put another coat on. As you can see here, I had this paper towel cleaning up my fingers, and I dropped it on the wet paint. I'm not sure if you can, how well you can see it on camera. There's a pretty big blemish right there. So my plan originally was to take the orange PlastiDip and do a stripe like here. So, you know, get a little accent. But I think what I'm gonna do now, since I messed up there, if I can't cover that up with the blue paint, do like here with orange paint, put the accent in there, some places to cover up the blemish. I'm gonna go ahead and do another coat now of blue, because I want like a nice, deep, rich, dark blue. And make sure you're getting around on the sides here, because in a lot of videos I've seen on YouTube, people miss the sides and it comes out a lot lighter on the sides. So just make sure you're getting those as well.
And the corners and everything.
Alright, so I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit longer, and then we will come back and check on it, and I will put the orange on. Alright guys, so I let the blue dry, and then I took some newspaper and some painter's tape, and I kind of covered it up right here where I wanted the orange to start. Since the orange is kind of dark, it's doing a really good job of covering up that blemish that I had earlier. So I put one coat on, and I'm gonna let that dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and put another coat on. Alright, so I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna come back and put a few more coats on it, and then we should be done. Alright guys, so I've put a few more coats of orange on. Let it dry for a few minutes, and now I'm gonna go ahead and pull the newspaper off and see what it looks like. Alright, that looks pretty sick now. I like the sharp line down the middle there. Let's go ahead and take it inside and pull the rest of the paper off and see what it looks like. Alright, so it's finished drying, and let's go ahead and see what it looks like. That looks pretty sweet. Alright guys, so the finished product looks pretty cool. There's just some little nicks and stuff around the side, and what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to go around the edges here and just with my finger and scrape all this off so it's not, you know, on the edge, so it's kind of seamless looking. But that about wraps it up, guys. Make sure to give a thumbs up on this video and subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future. See you guys in the next one. Peace.